Hello guys, this is Paula and I'm back to do a flip through of the Santa book, of the Santa's Toy Shop. I'm going to show you a little bit of the outside. This is the spine. Of course, this is the front. He's so cute. And we have some beads. A lot of you have seen this if you've watched some of the preparation for this book. There's some vintage, very old trim that someone trimmed off of a dress and kept, and I got it in a big bag of vintage goodies. Okay, and this is sari silk, and it attaches at the front and the back in a grommet. And that's the way I really like to do them. And here on the top, I did some tabs. It's a double whammy. You get tabs and trim on the side. This is a fabric. It's not a... It's like if you had eyelet fabric, you know, and the different whites or creams or whatever. But see how pretty that looks when it flips around. And then here's the back of the book. Start down here. It's in really good condition. Okay, so let's go inside. Let's go inside the book. Pull up a chair here. I had so much fun doing this. You know, we haven't done Christmas books in so long. It seems like forever since Christmas, right? So I thought the front page was just beautiful. And I used this very vintage trim, like I said, with vintage rickrack. Okay. And over here, we did this library pocket and library card in a video last Christmas season. So you could probably find that. Okay. And then here's a piece of trim there. And here, I did do some stamping on the tea stained paper. And it also folds out, which is a lot of fun. And then we've got some old pictures from the idea book. People going out on sledding. And just there's several beautiful book pages that come out of ideas book. And this is a fold out here. That's just a little extra something. Here we have a decoupaged tag. And I think it turned out great. And this was from last year doing decoupage. And so on the pockets, on all the pockets, I added a trim. I used this trim and one other with snowflakes. And then I did a cluster on each pocket and stitched a button on there. So it has like part of a doily, seam binding, and it has lace, and then it has a button that I stitched through that. Here's O Little Town of Bethlehem. I try to use Christmas music. I did add some dictionary pages that weren't Christmas, but other than that, I thought this was cute up against this page in the story. Added some tea-stained journaling page. And then here is the other ribbon right here. And this is a cluster with the applique flower and a button. And I made there's like 4 of these in the book. 2 with the little horse, and then there's 2 with deer in the woods. And I just love the way they turned out with seam binding on the top. Okay. And we did this in a video here. This pocket, I think they turned out. They're my favorite thing that we've ever done in a video. I strung beads here on a string and put them in a grommet. And then put a tag in. This was a longer tag and I cut it down and zigzagged around it. And this on the back here, if you didn't see the video, is music sheet on its side, stitched around it, made it heavy duty, so it could be a floating pocket or it could be a pocket that you glue down like I did this one. This is a grocery bag or lunch bag or whatever you want to call it that I made the pocket out of. I zigzagged around it. I scrunched it up, sprayed it with water, and let it dry. And then I spread it out flat as I could, left the wrinkles in it, and I inked over it. And then I stitched around it and glued the 3 sides down. Then I added some of Tim Holtz red fabric that I got in just a roll of fabric at Joann's. And the little picture is a vintage picture that was taken, or a vintage style picture that was taken, that came from Tailor Made Journals. I'll link her below. And it says Merry Christmas. And I added a brad here, tore around the picture. I just think, it's my favorite thing. All right, over here is another ideas page, and it has a Christmas story. On the other side, there's another one, okay? And here is a red polka dot sack, and it has a little journaling card that says Merry Christmas. It has the ribbon, and it has the cluster. Only on the bags, it's like a little poofy ornament. And I like this paper and the way this looks with the green, red. Here's somebody's home at Christmas. You'll see the mailboxes on the other side. Just a dictionary page. All the red and green paper in here comes from, I got in a vintage shop, and it was old, but it's in very good condition. And it just has a little bit of a different feel to it. Another journaling page that came out of a planner. More stamping. The part of the story. Here on this red and blue plaid, I did this vintage Santa that I fussy cut and put on there. There's a few of those throughout the book, and those are also ready for purchase from Tailor Made Journals. She has some beautiful things. This is the center page, and we have our little beads, and this is kind of a glittery see-through type bead, and then the red tear drops, kind of like a teardrop. Okay, and here is how the tabs look. I tore them a certain width, and then I glued the trim across before I glued them to the book. And on the other side, it's done the same way. Okay, another cute journaling card from the paper line that I used. I love this. I love how that turned out. I want to show you up close. That's a cute little stamp. Okay. Here's a cute little pocket with the snowflake trim and the cluster, only this time I used a little bling. Merry Christmas from the paper line. Okay. And this is the mailboxes. You have to look at it close up to be able to tell, but it is. Here is another cluster on this trim on the polka dotted sack. Inside we have a little girl holding a giant tree out in the snow. That's from Tailor Made Crafts also. When you order her pictures like this, you will get tons. And when you order her different Christmas things on pages, you'll get a ton. So it's well worth your money at Christmas. Here's the other half of that Christmas story. Here is a side tuck. Here on the side, I zigzagged, and it says Happy Holidays on a journaling card. Here's a big Santa. And that's from those group of cutouts I just told you about. Another pocket with a green button and an applique flower. Carolers on the journal card. And I added lines to the back of the journal cards that were in this paper design. Side pocket, North Pole. Okay, here we go. I wish joy attend you and fortune sends you many happy Christmas days. Merry Christmas. That's nice. There's a different little pocket. It's small and it has like a little different punch at the top. It has a straight piece of ribbon. Has a vintage Santa holding a bottle of, no, he's not holding a bottle. Yeah, a glass of Coke. Do not open until Christmas or December 25th. Okay, thought those were sweet. Here's the center of the two signatures, more stamping. I love this picture from her collection. Does that not just look what you like what you'd see on Father Knows Best or Leave It to Beaver? Or but from that time, I mean, he delivered the packages. And boy, things have changed now, haven't they? And here's some little birds on the journaling card. I think they're sweet. Okay. There's still plenty of room for whoever ends up with this to decorate how they would like. You remember when teddy bears were such a big thing at Christmas. You know, people would give teddy bears. So this is a page from one of the Christmas, Better Homes and Gardens. No, Southern Living. I had to stop and think. And here are a bunch of them. And some people used to decorate with them. Because they had every kind you could ever imagine. There were collector bears. Here's another side tuck that I zigzagged down. It has a lot of fun words on it from Christmas. Here's another tab at the top. This is O Come All Ye Faithful. Here's another one of those tags with the cluster and the snowflakes. Snowflakes here. Another stamped image. There's some more of the bears with stockings. This is the other bag in the second signature, and it's bigger. So in this one, we also did the trim and everything. But we also put a little 'Tis the Season book in. And it's just basically 2 pages that were folded, that were kind of like left over. They were folded in. I just glued them here and here. And then I made 2 little square cards to journal on. Put the trim on them to give them a little bit of, if I can get them in here, a little bit of gleam, glimmy, glitter, shiny. I think you know what I'm saying. Okay, there we go. And this goes down in this pocket. Perfect size. More paper, more stuff from the Ideas book. Green paper in the background. Here's the little deer. Isn't that cute? I thought it turned out really cute. Now, here we have another cluster with a red button and a little green heart. Yeah, the clusters all have this pretty much same things that are stacked. Here's a little journaling card of deers. And Santa's standing by his tree, or by a tree. And this is an old Christmas tree photo, and I love it because it reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me that when we were kids, we had nothing but trees, actual trees in the house to decorate. We did the popsicle, but we did a lot of these icicles that are hanging. And yeah, This looks like when I was a little kid. And this picture is also part of the grouping of old photos from tailor-made journals. Another tab there. There's 6. No, I don't remember. I think there's 6 tabs at the top. Here is another card with Santa holding a bottle of Coke and a place to do a wish list. Another Santa from that grouping. This is the bag, and I got to remember what I put in here. Oh, I took 2 journaling cards, this one, and then this is the back of the other one. I just took a piece of scrap paper. And now you have to really pull this open because it's still, still pretty tight. But once you open it a few times and, you know, get it moving, it's fine. Okay, so I just did a stack of lined paper here. And you just trimmed, I just trimmed it in this stripe. So yeah, I love this little journaling card. Fits perfect in here. All right, then we have this big picture. Part of this picture is from the Ideas book, or the Southern Living, one or the other. More journaling pages. And here's a journaling card that also last year we made, and I think we're going to do this again in a different way, but we're going to do it. This is one of the images from the Christmas cutouts that she has. This is an old, it's like 1945 Christmas ad, but I couldn't get the date on there. It wouldn't fit. So I was really disappointed. I remember this exact card. So this was a collaged card with one of the tailor-made journals images. There's Santa. On this side pocket, we have another journaling card with packages because, you know, Santa's leaving, and what's he leave us? Packages. And this is a couple poems. Christmas legend, Christmas Eve. I mean, it's just an old book page I got from one of the Christmas books I had. Here's one other half of the Christmas music. Journaling spot. Here is the belly band, and I did a cluster in the middle. This is a very old button. This was one we made last year, which was a journaling card, and this was one of her images, and so is this. And I just collaged and zigzagged around it and put a label on the back, and yeah, fits perfect there. Here's some more of those Christmas teddy bears. I know our police officers for years at Christmas has done a teddy bear like run, I guess they call it, teddy bear collection for little children. And they also left teddy bears in each police car. And if anything ever happened to a child and was involved in something, they give it that. Look at this. Got a little tie, and it's got the little Christmas cards going to Grandma's. Christmas tree and a little heart. Now, I made this into like a trifold. You go up, and you see this. You can put pictures, or you can journal. And it goes all the way out for the other side. And then you can attach it. Now, we made these also last year. And we may make a different version if we have time to do that this month. If you have any Christmas ideas that you want to see during July, just let me know. And I'll attempt it. If I can, I'll attempt it. Okay, there you go. I'm going to get this to tie right. I want it to be pretty. There we go. Okay. And the last page has a pocket in here that has a Christmas tree here, and I added some ornaments and some gold. Did a last minute Merry Christmas with this same trim and added a little shiny Christmas tree. And you can journal on the back. Good place to journal how your Christmas went. You know, since it's the last page in the book. All right, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this book. I'm going to tie it here. And if you like this book, want to buy your book early this year, it will be in my Etsy shop. And you can just run right over there. My link to Etsy will be below. And so I'm going to, let me see if I can get this to move over a little bit. I'll have it in my Etsy shop, and if you're interested, just have fun getting it early and not having to spend money on it at Christmas time. All right, guys, I appreciate you all. Welcome to all new subscribers, and welcome to any that might decide to subscribe today. See you guys next time. Bye.